Hey, back again with another video. This is going to be like an update on my thoughts and plans of what I hope to do over the coming months regarding some projects. Okay, now one of the reasons why I got this shed done and made with the bench and etc. is to do a couple of projects now and again, maybe some modifications on kit stoves etc. and to find myself a place to do stuff like that is very important. Now it's taken a long time and a lot of money to get where I am now, but the main thing is tooling. Okay, you can only do projects with tools. All right, now I am in the electronics industry at work and I use very expensive small high quality tools for the work I do. Now 99% of all of them tools will be useless for me doing this sort of projects. Okay, so some good man tools are essential. Now I'll try and keep this video as brief as possible, but my thoughts and opinions on tools are, if you are going to use certain tools only for a couple of times, get the cheap stuff, right? Get something from Pound Stretchers or whatever. All right, if you want to get tools that you want to use a lot for years and you don't want to keep replacing them, don't get brand new stuff from Homebase, B&Q in America, Home Depot, or in Germany, OB stores. Try to avoid places like that for tools. Okay, these are my own thoughts and opinions. Okay, now when it comes to tooling, I prefer good quality, well maintained, fairly priced second-hand stuff. Okay, now for me, I find it lasts a lot better. You can do better quality jobs with better quality tools. Okay, that seems to be how it is. All right, you're not going to get a cheap 99p saw and cut straight. It's going to go off. It's just crap. All right. So files are very important. Okay, files using metalwork. Lucky enough to find these on eBay, and you know, there's 31 files in here in a roll. These are brand new, never been used. They've just been in storage for a long amount of time. All right. So let me just show you what you can get for £20. All right. £20 for quality tools like that, it is well worth it. Now these are British Army issue, never been used, and the condition of them is really good. Okay, they're spot on. Let's just pull out a file. All right. Now you can see by the heat treat marks on the top that they're tough, and they're all in fabulous condition. All right. So that's what I'm going to be using to help me make projects happen. All right. And there's a lot there, and as I say, for 20 quid, I would rather spend £20 on something like that than, I don't know, Stanley stuff or whatever. Now Stanley, a British company, French company, I don't know what it is nowadays. Everything seems to be getting changed. For years was a great quality company. All right. Now it wasn't until recently, when I was in my local Tesco's superstore, I saw a toolbox made by Stanley, brand new. It was under £10. I thought, blimey, Stanley, good quality name, right? Good quality products, awesome. It wasn't until I looked at this toolbox in more detail that I was just horrified. Put it straight back. It was just flimsy. This plastic was bending around everywhere, and you can tell after some hard use it was just going to snap and break. Useless. Some older Stanley products are good. All right. I don't know when it changed, maybe within the last 10 years, maybe 5 years, I'm not really sure, but the quality seems to have gone like that, pants. So I prefer to get second-hand, good quality stuff. Now car boots, charity shops, eBay, they're all good places to find good quality stuff. Okay. Now obviously it's safer and better to physically see it before you buy it. eBay, you're always going to take a gamble. All right. So I was very lucky to find this, and if it was crap and it wasn't as described, I would have just asked for the guy's address, sent it back, got my money refunded and postage, and carried on looking. All right, I don't suffer fools gladly when it comes to kit, believe me. So very happy to find that. That is going to enable me to do some projects. Now, first one is this. Ta-da! Now, some of you will know what this is. This is an ale called Hobgoblin. made by the Watch Brewery. Excellent stuff, absolutely in love with this. It's one of my favourite drinks for a long time now. Inspired by Lone Wolf, thanks mate. I don't really drink lager anymore, I just prefer this, okay? So what we're going to do, I brought this to take away on holiday recently. I was away for about 5 or 6 days. And to have all of my beer in one easily movable container, rather than 10 bottles or whatever it is, the equivalent to this, all over the place, this was it. And obviously you get the beauty benefit of making something out of it after. Now what you've got in the front is a tap, and it just pulls out, press the button, dispenses the ale, and I've still got about that much left to drink in there, okay? Because I'm not a big drinker. I didn't want to drink all that by myself in 4 days, 5 days. That's just crazy. And that when the flow gets a bit low, you can open that, turn it, and it just increases the pressure, so you get more of the beer come out faster rather than waiting drip fed. So what I intend to do with that is to turn it to a rocket stove. Now I could do a hobo stove, and that would just mean getting my angle grinder. Again, that's a Bosch second-hand one, good quality, better than buying a brand new cheap one, okay? The Bosch one's going to last me years and only cost a tenner. If I was to just cut out a section here and put a couple of holes in there, hobo stove, yeah, that's great, but it's not very efficient, okay? You're going to get a lot of wasted heat and energy, and you're going to be continually feeding it. Now, a rocket stove from Stony Broke Bushcraft sent me one years ago, and it's I've looked at the design in detail, and I'm going to marry that design with the Midge rocket stove, and I'll put a video below this one, okay? That design just seems perfect for me, what I want to try, okay? Feel free to do your own designs and try what you like, but I'm going to try the Midge design on this. Now what that's going to mean is it's going to be an internal canister, maybe give me 1 inch to 1.5 inch air wall inside. Once that sits in there, it's probably going to sit about that far off of the bottom, suspended with screws so it stays stable, and obviously air holes sucking in and coming through to pull it through. So that's going to be the Midge design stove, which I'm going to hopefully try and do over the next coming months. I don't know when, whenever I find time. So I'm really looking forward to trying out that as a project. Wait, next up is this. Now, I keep saying this, and I'm getting bored of saying it. Some of you might know what it is, some of you don't. It's an Optimus 96 kerosene stove, or paraffin as we call it in the UK. Now, I don't know what it is, but as I said, I do prefer old stuff that's well built, okay? Some of it's not going to be in tip-top condition, some of it's going to be in crap condition, but if you're confident in your abilities and the kit and equipment and tools that you have, or you can borrow, to make it right, then so be it. That's my path, that's what I want to do, okay? Now, you can buy these stoves, like that, in really, really good quality, refurbished condition, okay, for over £100, 150 US dollars, okay? That's a lot of money. So, for me to buy this, yeah, let me show you. For me to buy this in this condition, alright, which I don't think is too bad. I mean, brass, I mean, come on man, those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, you know, anything to do with kit, I keep clean. Brass, I polish so it's a nice shine, okay? Look after your kit. Now, I do understand why some people would want to get their kit and keep it old looking, used, burnt, whatever, okay? That's fine. But personally, you know, being into prepping, and if bad times happen, I want my kit to be as good as condition as possible, okay? I don't want it dirty, I don't want it covering up rust or holes which I'm not worried about. I want to keep it clean and serviceable, right? And that is what I intend to do with this. Now, when I stripped it down, which is the first thing you should do when you buy something like this, strip it all down, okay? You want to see exactly what you've got before you do anything, okay? First thing I noticed was the sill. I'm going to call it a priming rod. I'm not sure what its real name is. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. It's not good here. But as you can see, the sill's knackered, right? Now that's just a little leather sill, and a little tip: if you've got like a brand new leather sill, which you haven't used for a long time, and you're priming it and it's not working, a little bit of white spirit, okay? put around it. That will just lube it up just enough and evaporate and just get it brought back to life, and it'll be perfect. Alright. If you're out in the field and you need to replace that, a bit of leather under your tongue of your boot, cut to size, will do the job. Okay, get you out of a jam. Some free tips there. But rather than just buy that replacement part, I found on eBay, you've got to love eBay, a complete set of serviceable consumables for this stove. I think it's about 5, 6 or 7 items. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but it would do every single like moving seal and ring and part on this stove for £3 something, and they're genuine parts. So for that money, it's a no-brainer. So what I'm going to do is all of the parts I'm going to replace with new parts. Okay, I don't have to. I could just replace that, but I'm going to replace all of them. Right, because I want it in tip-top serviceable condition. I don't want to replace one part, keep new parts, and finding out 6 months down the line another part fails. I want to get it all done now. Okay. But I'm not going to throw away the parts even now. I'm going to keep them back just in case. Alright. Give it a good deep clean. There's so many hints and tips on things you can do with these stoves to bring it back to life. But you know, let me just show you the bits and pieces. It even comes with its old beat up, knackered, rusty original tin, which I'm going to keep just for a laugh. Okay, I'll probably store the thing in a proper nice pouch or something like that. Alright, there we go. So we got the rod that we looked at earlier. We got that piece which sits on the top where the flames come from. Comes with its own spanner, so you can maintain it and repair it in the field. 3 of these, I'm not sure what they're called. You just slide them in and your pot sits on top of them. Okay, so pot supports or something. I'm not really fussed about the correct terms. People will put the comments under there, I'm sure, but you know, whatever. This is going to be needing to clean up. Now I'm not sure whether to remove this, I don't know, piece of like knackered out sort of felt stuff. I'm not sure whether to keep that in there or just to bin it or put something else. It looks pretty rank. So yeah, any ideas on that? I've got a guy helping me on Instagram about this incidentally, so I'm probably going to need to know all what I can from this guy. So yeah, that's the condition of the stove anyway. Alright, I just thought I'd show you a couple of close-ups there. So, all of that in there, £10. Yep, £10, yes sir, on eBay. What a steal. Very happy. So, if I get some time, I'm going to be pottering around with that. Now, what will probably happen in reality is I will probably work an hour at a time or half an hour, whatever spare time I can to get things done. I'm not going to sit there all day and do it. I just haven't got time. And I do envy some of these guys who have time to do stuff like that. You know, time is very tight for me. So I'm going to fit it in as and when I can, alright? So let's look at the next item. Is this. Now, this is one of the most requested videos for a long time from my channel, okay? What's the update? So what's the latest on the ammo can stove or tent heater? And the simple answer to that question is nothing's happened whatsoever. Alright, basically I haven't had the time, and I'm trying to prioritise projects and ideas for all sorts of reasons. Now, why would I want to use a tent heater in a tent when the weather has been how it is? Now at the moment it's 14 degrees C. There you go, if you don't believe me. 14 degrees C. I'm in my shed, no heater on, the door shut, and I'm in a t-shirt. So to put this in a small tent, which is my lavabo, which is a very small tent, I'm going to be sweating like a pig, okay? And I don't really want that. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't bothered with that at all. So over time, if I get time, I will be trying to get it finished, alright? Now, naively, I just assumed when I started this project, all you need is an ammo can, you put a hole in it, you put a pipe in the top, put a fire in there, put it in your tent. Only if it is that simple, but it's not. It's a lot of time and effort, and if you're not careful, it could be expensive, alright? Now, one of the things, as I said before, I had no tools, I had no workshop at the time to do it. So I brought the stove from a friend of mine and I shipped it to another friend of mine, Jason at Willow with Knives, and he got it to this stage, alright? Now what he's done is he's put this on the door which opens up, and that is supposed to let air in through there, through the fire, and come out the top. Okay, nice and simple. Now the amount of people who have commented on the video when I showed this for the first time saying that this is wrong, you need to put holes in the bottom and a little slider to adjust the airflow to get in, so the air goes underneath the fire rather than in front of it. Now I don't know how many people are going to say yes, that's right. People say no, it's wrong. No one's ever going to know. Okay, so it is all about trial and error. So Jason very kindly put a door in there for us on a hinge, and this I'll do like this. It comes off an actual stove, so it's built for purpose. All right, you can actually hold that and it's not going to get red hot like this will be. All right. Now I've actually done a few bits and pieces to myself, not a lot. Some of you have probably seen the video. I'm going to put a link to that video underneath this one, more detail about this. So I'm not going to repeat everything, alright? If you want to watch more about this, there's a video underneath it about it, alright? So I'm not going to go over it. But since then, well, I just had that one pipe, and people said, no, it's not long enough. It needs to go through the tent right up high. Higher the better, so the wind draws the air from the fire. So I've got another pipe, and that's plenty long enough now. I mean, I don't know how big it is in total, but it's two of them. Alright, now the reason I chose these size is because it will fit into my Bergen. Alright, this entire stove, hopefully when it's finished, will be man portable. Okay, it's going to be heavy, but what are you going to do? Make it out of titanium? I don't think so. So they're going to be in there. Alright, now on top of that, people said you're going to need a spark arrestor because sparks are going to come out, they're going to fly around and they're going to catch fire. Another thing to do. So got myself a spark arrestor. Now this was very kindly made and given to me from a good friend, and I've only met him a few times, and I wish I got to spend more time with Ian. Woody Woodprepper. He's based on the West Country where it's beat like that, right? And he actually made these, and the problem is when I said to him I want a flanged one, I think he meant that it will fit in like that. Bit of a mistake on my part. What I should have said was I want it flanged to go to this side of the pipe, which is the same size. Obviously it's not going to fit inside. Now the dilemma I've got, bearing in mind this is going to sit on top, do I have this part go outside this pipe or shrunken and go inside the pipe? Okay, now I'm not sure which is best. I'm thinking for airflow and stuff coming up, it's probably best that this sits on the outside, and maybe if it rains, the rain will come on the outside and not go inside. That's my thinking. Alright, so for this to sit on the inside, I think would be better, or on the outside. You help me out, I really don't know. Okay, so that's the dilemma. Do I make that portion smaller or bigger to fit inside or outside them pipes? Once I know that and I understand the right way, I will send that back to Ian. Whether he decides to sell it on, to keep it, to modify this, it's up to him. Okay. All of these little things I've scavenged to make this as cheap as possible. That was off of a cigarette bin. Stainless steel, built for purpose on the outdoors. It hasn't really rusted for years, and I found it on an industrial estate. So I'm going to be chopping it up to make a tray to go inside, etc. So that is that. Obviously it comes with a grill, it comes with the angled, I don't know what the technical terms to go inside, but anyway, that is going to be one of the projects I'm going to be involved with. And of course, don't forget your carbon monoxide alarm. Alright, people who make these and put them in their tent, without this, you're gambling with your life. Alright, carbon monoxide is a very, very serious issue. Okay, so research, hunt around, get yourself a half decent one. Don't be tempted by a cheap one which could fail and cost you your life. You've got to ask yourself, how much do you value your life? Do you want to spend £5 on one, or do you want to spend £20 on one? You know, it's up to you. So there you have it. That's the list of the projects that I want to hopefully try and do over the coming months. Finding time is the hardest thing, personally. As I say, I do envy guys who don't work or whatever and got all the time in the world to make stuff. Well, I'd love to do that, but unfortunately you've got to work full time and overtime. Just can't seem to find the time. But hey ho, there you go. Just a little list of things I wanted to do, and also there's going to be a secret squirrel project for a good friend of mine. I'm going to attempt to make him a gift as a payback for thanks that he's helped me out over a couple of years. All right. I might film it, I might not, but we'll see. That's pretty much it for you guys who have been asking me about this stove and have you got any projects that you're going to be doing. Well, I hope these 3 little projects have answered your questions, and thanks for your comments and messages. And yeah, that is my intentions, but as I said, it's down to time. If I've got time, believe you me, I'm going to be all over these 3 like a cheap suit. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay funky.